can see there's the reference pins put down by county engineer. The other one over here on the other end is gone, but this is a bigger area than it was here before, as you can tell from the grass and the gravel right here. I've already contacted Jeff Corpenning. He didn't know anything about it, so I'm trying to figure out what's really going on here. As far as I'm concerned, there hasn't been any vote on making a cul-de-sac down here, but obviously some people seem to be hell-bent to try to do this before they actually vote on this deal, whether it would go one way or the other. This is the amount of gravel that was dropped here. This whole area has been filled in. Go ahead. I'd like to make a comment back about this big story about myself, Will Kern, with the letter that I sent to you, the board, and to Ken Oswald, the prosecutor, about me stopping the township from patching potholes and doing work on public roadways, which is completely false. My point was, and I videotaped the whole dumping incident of the limestone at the end of Cooperrider Road, is that we should have never had to talk about this Cooperrider Road turnaround issue had the trustees acted back in 1995 and followed the process. They didn't. Continuously, the trustee Watkins continuously says they did an improvement. They did a turnaround down there. Well, problem with that is it was never officially done properly. And it was only done to the south side. There was nothing done to the north. I did a driveway to the north side. So the public roadway is 12 foot wide originally, and this still is. Now, mind you, we have more land adopted that the county went ahead and did on their own. They took action on their own and adopted additional 90 feet of property to the south side. That doesn't mean that you can take private property and convert it over for public use and expand a roadway. My interpretation of Higher Revised Code, and I've read it a bunch of different times and asked different people for opinions, there's a specific step that you take to acquire property and then you improve the roadway. And that's what I'm talking about. You guys, you've admitted repeatedly that you've improved the roadway basically by making a turnaround, by even making a cul-de-sac. All I'm saying is follow the process that the statute tells you to do. And I'm not talking about fixing a hole. I realized there was a little area down there where there was some water. I have no problem with that. But what I saw was a truck, a big truck, turning a big circle and dumping limestone. I have a videotape of it. So I'm saying, wait a minute, what are we doing here? Filling potholes, or are we making a bigger turnaround? And I've got a videotape before and after, even close up, showing that we're making a big circle. We're not talking about fixing a pothole. So I want to get that straight. There's nothing in the Higher Revised Code that says the township can't go out there and fix potholes. That's their whole job, to fix the roads. But you can't improve and widen and expand a road on your own without coming to the board and making some kind of a resolution to that effect. And I don't know how many times I've had to bring this up. It just never seems to sink in. You know, I'm not asking you guys to do anything other than what the statute tells you to do. So that's my point. I'm not trying to stop you from doing anything that you really need to do, like vegetation removal. You brought up the issue of culverts and this and that. I have nothing with, there's nothing ever been brought up about that. It's just a matter of this issue with the cul-de-sac, which has taken up an enormous amount of time, energy, and money on a bunch of people's parts, and it should have never had to have gotten that way. What really ticks me off about the whole process is I spent thousands of dollars and weeks of my time making the T on the north side. And had I known about this, had somebody told me about this in early 2000, I could have gone after the landowner that had it before me and actually got some money back for them, because they never passed that on to me. So, you know, you kind of put me in a position where I spent money and then you beat me up for all these stolen rocks and damaging government property and all that when the roadway was only 12 foot wide. And for me putting a personal driveway in, that's kind of ridiculous. So anyway, that's my public comment.
Or you think so?
Now, can I respond to all
No,
your tales?
no, you can't. Shut up. I don't even wanna hear you.
Don, as a member of this board, I think I have a right to see these resolutions and this stuff in writing.
I'm gonna have the resolutions. We're gonna have them here really quick.
On Cooperrider Road, what are, Eric, say anything of what we should do, or?
Yeah, I make a motion, since we've got $1,900 in the cul-de-sac that we put in to start with. The land's ours, it's already platted, it's on the map, so I make a motion, we go ahead with the cul-de-sac on Cooperrider Road.
Then I'll second it. All in favor,
I suggest a roll call.
or roll call? Jeff,
No,
Don,
Yes.
and that's it.
okay.